Alright guys, this video you're about to watch, this video I'm about to show you will open your eyes. There's so many things going on today. Talking about the Biafra agitations, the agitators, the Southeast leaders, Nigerian government. Do not forget Simon Ekpa matter day, because this video will make you speechless. Anyway guys, let's hit the video. But before then guys, if you just join us for the first time, I beg subscribe to this channel. And I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you. May God bless you all. I still want to use this opportunity to put a disclaimer that this Prospect Channel TV, we don't preach hate speech. We don't preach violence. We don't preach war. We don't instigate war. So what we do here is to dish out information, both locally and internationally. Okay, that is what we do here. We are not like war. I know they like hate speech. I know they like misleading information. So I want you to take note of that. So guys, let me drop the video so we can watch it together. This video will really open your eyes. Thank you.
Nnamdi Kanu, a leader of a terrorist group, and at the same time you said you are asking for his release. If the Zoological Republic government were genuine, if the people who call themselves elite and governors were genuine, if those people who are calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu are genuine, the very first thing they are supposed to do is to make sure that the proscription on IPOB is removed. Because that is one of the things that is tied. That is the thing that is holding Nnamdi Kanu Mendy. The proscription. For them to continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu perpetually, that proscription has to be there. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. That is who he is. And you wake up and hear that the government of Nigeria have upheld the proscription of the indigenous people of Biafra as a terrorist organization, and you're not bothered. You're not bothered. You're not troubled. You didn't wake up. You are still believing on some politicians talking. You are still believing that your governors are going to do something to free Nnamdi Kanu. You are still believing that your elites are going to do something to free him. You are still believing the fake call for freedom of Nnamdi Kanu here in Nigeria. You're a fool. You're a fool. If you're still believing them, you're a fool. A big fool at that. If there were a genuine call to release Nnamdi Kanu, it has to start from deproscribing IPOB, which everybody knows that it's not a terrorist organization. The whole world knows that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. IPOB have branches over the world. They have protested in several occasions. IPOB as an organization have done a lot of things, and they are still doing. Still presence everywhere. No country proscribed IPOB except Nigeria. And yet they have gone ahead to uphold that proscription. In a very delicate time, where they come to make us believe that all of them are asking for Nnamdi Kanu release. They only use the name of Nnamdi Kanu to draw attention in their media. When they see that the audience are no longer watching them, people are no longer watching their program, they will now bring Nnamdi Kanu in. And they come in and begin to talk all manner of trash. They will tell you what they have done and what they have not done. Lies. Lies from the pit of hell. It is sad. This bunch of criminals that call themselves governors, elites, they have nothing to offer. And that is why we have seen it time and time again. And our Prime Minister went ahead to lead Biafrans to conduct a review, which was done, to cast a vote of no confidence on them. That vote of no confidence stands. Don't forget that. We cast a vote of no confidence on anybody that is serving under the zoo in that territory. Every one of them. The Biafrans had cast the vote of no confidence on them. And that is why this sit at home is one of the things that you must not allow to slip out. Don't wait for anybody to come and announce for you. Don't wait for anybody to come and knock for you. It's not going to be forced. But if you love your life, you must obey the sit at home. Today, you see what is going on in Biafra land. You see the attack have increased. And as always, they have continued to pour in terrorists into Biafra land. Even while we have cried and made revelations, some people, women, have called and called. They continue to use Asare Dokobo and his boys to destroy life and properties. Many of you must have seen so many videos where the Asare Dokobo men, we are taking the life of innocent Biafrans that committed no crime whatsoever. They killed them in cold blood. And in those videos, when you listen, the only crime they commit is that they are members of IPOB. That is the only crime they commit. Innocent Biafrans being mowed down in numbers, and nobody is asking questions. Nobody is concerned. Nobody, no governor. Instead, the governors are the ones still signing this contract with Asare Dokubo. Governors are the ones bringing these non-state actors, sponsored and trained by Asare Dokubo. It is your governors that sign and bring them in, and you see the havoc they are causing in Biafra land. Chasing Biafrans, young men and women, taking their life in cold blood with no offense committed. And they are not hiding it. They do it openly, brazenly in the open. Burning houses of people, burning properties, and stealing right, left, and center. And those who claim to be your spokespeople are not concerned. They go ahead and begin to create security outfit. And every single security outfit they create is to go against the indigenous people of Biafra. To go against their own people. They are not creating security outfit to secure their people against the invaders. That is why when women, those women who we are talking, we are making suggestion of every people creating vigilante. There is no vigilante group you can create to curb what is happening. There is nothing like that. There is no vigilante group you can create to curb down the evil that is happening. Because whatever you create under Nigerian government will definitely be infiltrated, and their sole mandate will be to go after the Biafran people. They have created thousands and thousands of security. Each one, when you go and look them, go and check them. They are always after their own brothers and sisters, never against the enemy. The only people that are focused against the enemy is the Liberation Army of Biafra. The Liberation Army of Biafra is focused on the terrorists in uniform and those off uniform. That is their target. But when these will create their security outfit, they don't go after the enemy, both on uniform or after uniform. They go against their people. They continue to create distraction. Today, look at the gap they have created. You see what is happening today in Enugu State. You see the life that is being lost today. You see the attack that is going on, including churches. We have been attacked. Nobody says anything. Nobody is doing anything. The Fulani Janjaweed, the terrorists have resumed the attack, taking innocent life, driving away villagers, and nobody is showing concern. These were the things that cannot happen if the Liberation Army is allowed to do their job. But we continue to get distraction from east, west, north, and south. But I bet you it will not be for too long. We have cried enough. We have shed tears enough. And we cannot continue to cry. The time has come for Biafrans to take action. And action we must take. The atrocities of Nigeria in Biafran territory can no longer be condoned. We see some gruesome videos that are coming out from Biafra land. very, very bad videos that I cannot be able to share them here on this platform if we must continue to broadcast. Because once you share it on this platform, the platform is gone. We will only tell you about it. So many of you must have seen it. Those of you that are in most of our WhatsApp group, you will see videos that are coming. How the security authorities are taking the life of innocent Biafrans on a daily basis. You saw the report that came out from one of their media, whatever they call him, that 180 Biafrans lost their life within December and January. 180. And when you hear 180, you should know what to expect. It is more than that. Lost their life to non-state actors sponsored by the Nigerian government and the military. 180 people lost their life. These things are happening on a daily basis and nobody cares. These things are happening and nobody's ready to speak on your behalf or speak on my behalf. It is our fight and we must fight it. It is painful and sad that at this point in time, it has now become clear that the women are the real people to lead us to this victory if we must win it. The women in Biafra land can never be undermined. If you are only body that you, if you are a Biafra and you're underestimating the Biafran women, you don't know what you are doing. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because the Biafran women seem to be the only ones on top of the game. During Abarayot, the Biafran women did marvelously well in Abarayot, and they changed things. They changed things. And this time around, it is only the Biafran women that are standing up today, demanding that the Zoological Republic terrorists should leave Biafra land. Only the Biafran women. There is no other legitimate organization that is making any headway or to speak boldly. Only the women. And in the United States of Biafra today, the women are there leading. Just like Martin Nnamdi Kanu asked, where are the men in Biafra land? Where are they? The men are busy gossiping. They are busy gossiping, busy killing themselves with envy and jealousy. They are busy engaging in backstabbing. They are busy engaging in big name pride. But the women are doing the job that they are supposed to do, just like they did in the past. And I'm going to share one of the videos where the women of Biafra are speaking up. Let's watch.
Disappointment and pain in our hearts as our dear president watch as some Nigerians, people like Reno Mokri, Fani Kayode, and Ruben Abat, make statements that is capable of setting this country on fire, and they watch without doing anything about it. We are here when one of the SND in Ajawo Estate made a similar statement. He was arrested, incarcerated for nothing. And we also demand that the federal government dismantle with immediate effect all the checkpoints and all the military checkpoints in the southeast. If the militaries could be in the southeast and we have this high level of crime in the southeast, I don't think we are safe in the hands of the military. We call on the governors of the southeast, raise vigilante groups. Let each community go and raise vigilante groups to guide yourself.
Is our children they are killing. Are standing our ground today to say no to all this. Otherwise, we will all become not just widows, but childless.
Another thing we want to also talk about is that the federal government should please release Nnamdi Kanu so that we will have absolute peace in the southeast.
The illegal southeast governors and south-south governors that he has allowed to hire and recruit fellow Biafrans in the name of security forces to continue to kill our people. Because that is what they are doing. The illegitimate Soludo, Pitamba, Ozadimma, and Co. You all go ahead and hire reintegrated terrorists. You go ahead and hire fellow Biafrans that you bribe your way into, and they continue to kill innocent Biafrans. That we can no longer continue to happen. We demand that you leave United States of Biafra territory. We have 40 states in the United States of Biafra, 15 districts, 15 counties in each of the states, and we have our districts and we have our wards. The Nigeria terrorist state, Nigeria government, Christopher Musa, President Tinubu, you are mandated to leave Biafra land because we have gotten our independence. You have no place, you have no room to continue the occupation of the United States of Biafra at this moment. You are breaking the law. You are breaking our territorial integrity. You are doing what you are not supposed to do. Any presence of Nigerian military or police in Biafra land at this point is illegal. And Biafrans, we will do everything within our power to move you away from our land. That is the promise. We are going to do that. Nigerian government, you have the mandate to peacefully leave Biafra land with your delegitimized Southeast governors, South governors that are currently occupying Biafra land, trying to recruit unsuspecting Biafrans, giving them guns, giving them arms to continue to terrorize Biafra people. That is not acceptable in our land.
You can see that the women are taking the lead. The women are in the front taking the lead. Where are the men? Where are the men? Where are the men? They are busy gossiping. They are busy backbiting. They are busy killing themselves in jealousy and envy. But the women are taking up the challenge, both in Biafra land and outside, even in the government of Biafra. The Zoological Republic government is doing everything humanly possible to destroy whom we are. They never meant well for us. They never meant well. It is so sad that those who have nothing to offer, they focus their attention on fighting against their own brother and their own sister. They focus their attention on fighting themselves. Some who doesn't have anything to offer. You don't have anything to offer and you do not want to allow your brother who is working for Biafra to do their job. You focus your attention on distraction. You are focusing your attention on personal popularity and presentation of yourself. You just want to exalt yourself and answer big names. It is about you. If you are not on top, nobody will be there. And why you allow things get out of hand. Look at those who are claiming to be in charge of this and that. Where are they today? Those who are in charge, claiming to be in charge of heaven and earth, where are they today? Biafrans are losing their life on a daily basis. Look at the attack that is going on in Biafra land. Unchallenged, nobody is coming after them. And yet some idiot will come and show themselves. They want Biafrans to exalt them. They even go to the extent of extorting money from Biafrans in the name of protecting them, and they do nothing. Where are the men in Biafra land? Where are the men? Today, the women have taken up the position of the men. And they are doing great jobs. Because the men are busy gossiping. The men are busy envying themselves. They are busy chasing shadows, chasing popularity. They are busy pulling each other down. And the women have taken up the challenge, speaking up on different angles, on different places. Where are the men? Where are the men? Aba women saved Aba when it was time, and they did. They went on a riot that changed the whole situation. They are coming up again. Where are the men? And the most disturbing is that even in the time when the women are doing what they're supposed to do, you will see some men will open their mouth and still be castigating these women. Some of them, in their idiocy and stupidity, will use some derogatory languages against the women. It is sad, but we must continue. The atrocities of the zoo in Nigeria against Biafrans will never be forgiven, and we cannot allow it to continue. We are going to continue to engage them and fight them until the last man standing. We will never give up. It does not matter their propaganda. It doesn't matter their blackmail. It is not going to stop us. Wherever you are in Biafra land, all you have to do today is to continue to support the United States of Biafra. Whatever contribution you know you can make, don't wait for anybody to call on you. Don't wait for anybody to come and beg you. Do your part and let Chukwu fulfill his work in our lives. The responsibility we have today as a Biafran is to secure our land. We must secure our land. We must protect our land. We must not allow the enemies to take our land. No matter how they try. No matter how they try. No matter their blackmail, their propaganda. No matter what they do, we must not give up. We must continue to fight this battle until victory is won. We are going to win. Don't mind whatever you are seeing today. Do not be discouraged. No matter the propaganda you see today, no matter the blackmail you see today, do not be discouraged. Be focused, stay strong, and stay focused. We shall overcome. Wherever you are in Biafra land, you must try as much as possible to be careful where you go. Be careful what you do. Be careful in any angle where you go, because a lot is happening. The enemies are there already. We have been warned for a very long time. Some who didn't know that Master Simon was doing a great job, now they are finding out. The news we saw yesterday, second you saw it, the Nigerian President Tinubu and his defense chief Christopher Musa continued the massacre of innocent Biafran citizens near Ehamufu, using their reintegrated terrorists in Nigerian military and police. Ehamufu was on fire yesterday. Innocent people were murdered. Innocent people. This is what Master Simon was fighting against. Master Simon was standing against it. Since they stopped Master Nnamdi Kanu and stopped Master Simon, since Master Simon was kept incommunicado, Tinubu government and the terrorists have taken the life of more than 1,000 innocent Biafrans. More than 1,000 innocent Biafrans. Every time they come to the media, they continue to misinform people. They will tell you that this insecurity have reduced since they kidnapped Master Simon, since they stopped Master Simon from speaking. But you can see that that is a blatant lie. Instead, Insecurity have increased. People lost their life in their churches, the modern people. In churches. In church was attacked yesterday, even Sunday. And I hope that the Finland authority is watching. I hope that the Finnish authority is watching, because we will never let go. We will never let go. For every Biafran that lost his life, the government of Nigeria is going to pay dearly. For every Biafran who lost his life, the government of Nigeria will pay dearly. It does not matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they say it. It doesn't matter how they pretend about it. We are going to give it back to them head on. And we'll never allow their lies, their propaganda, and their evil fly. We have come a very long way. Whoever is planning anything in any way to stop us or to take away our rights will never succeed. It does not matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they think. It does not matter what they say. We will never give up. Going on in Biafra territory, and we must win that war. There is no need to pretend about it. There is no need to paint it something else. The truth remains, there is a war going on in Biafran territory. Whether you like it or you don't like it, that is the truth. And in case you don't understand it, I'm going to play a video to tell you the information in a more humorous way. Maybe with humor, you can understand better. Let us listen to this.
Prosperity, progress, but in the mother had a quadobogo, Ndoka, Bunny people, Supadobogo, una was Tuesday when I do a peasant, I call Akona, Roshun, peasant, and Chugarabugoro, no, cannot Barona, Niagara Puno, no Lonsa, Wa, and Dora Bugono, Nakakureba, and Akona could empty. Una Cusina, Umorosi Akunu, young guitar. Una Cusina. Every person na jet na agbalelu ndị na-akụrụ ya egwu anaghị na na-akụ egwu no inelu ebe pastor ga nrubiri ezugbo no esi ya na-ekwu ya ụmụ ogbenye atụ ego je na agbari efu na generator mo ogbe ihe acha mụ na so no ba atụrụ eji isu aja kedu ka esi wewuru no su aja na aka ndị jiri no su aja mma ejiri su aja na agba moto 7 million 10 million naira ikwani ihe eje eligwe iwe na ndụ ka ifo na enwe ebunu ga-eje ndị si ndụ ka nwere ebunu na-eje o onwekwa ebunu na-eje o because e dekwara edekwuo na ọgaranya ije enugwe dị adịka anyịnya ga na agala igwe and ngo abo ọgaranya onwere bi na-eje marakwa na onwe bi na-eje and ikwena ka idodo ndị mmadụ ebe a gbani anyị ji akwadobe ọgụ onye bụrụ na ọmụ maka onwere eso ụmụ ya dewe n'ọgụ na-ada ọbụna egbe ka ị nwere edo ezo n'ọgụ na-ada ọbụna ọgwụ ka ị na-agwọta eje gwọta ọgwụ ụmụ Israel jiri gwọ ọgwụ na Baịbụl ama mụ na amakwa nke a na ndị ụmụ Israel jiri ọgụ gụọ Baịbụl wee bụ na akọba bụ prosperity and ngwongwo na ngwongwo gwana ndị mmadụ na-alụ ọgụ na Baịbụl ihe niile ha na-agụrụ gị na Baịbụl ọbụ mmadụ anọ ebe jiri ọgụ agwaghị ha na ndị Filistia na-ewe lụọ Filistia n'ọdị n'obodo oyibo ọrụ na-afụ ụwa ka ọ dị Filistia n'ọdị n'eluigwe ụmụ Israel ewee jekwa nke ekwute ụmụ Israel mgbe anyị dị n'ụmụaka iche ma ụmụ Israel ọ bụ na eluigwe ka ọ dị nekwa Israel ebe enyi ya na-ekwu okwu ya Jerusalem obodo dị ya ọ bụ n'eluigwe ka ọ dị Jerusalem dị ebe enyi ihe niile na Filistia dị ebe enyi Corinthians ihe niile a na-agbaghị akwụkwọ ndị Corinthians dịka edere ndị ihe niile a bụ n'ụwa mụ na ga na-abụ nọ ka o mee o ihe mere eme ebe a ihe mere eme and o nwere ndị o mere n'oge fa o mere ndị o mere n'oge fa so n'oge nke anyị anyị eje ọgụ kwado ni ọgụ na ọgụ na-ada gbabaziri ndị mmadụ na ọgụ na-ada ụnụ agwa na ha weta ji weta rice weta nke a weta project ụnụ enwe na project ya zuo n'ike project gbara na nke emetere emetere ibegwodu gbana ndị mmadụ na ọgụ na-ada let people get ready because na ọgụ na-ada ihe akịta na-abụrụzikwa ọgụ ụmụazị ndị Igbo be anyị mụrụ na anya o ọgụ na-ada o a na-ekwu na ọgụ na-ada ma nkunu si aghọta mụ na na-aghọta ihe ịnakọta na enwude ga-ebere isi onye ụka egburu isi eti na akpa awa onwe ihe unu menwu enwude onye isi ndị ka na-egburu isi ụtọwa onwe ihe imenwu abịa n'ihu gara nwunye gara ụmụ gị niile berezi igwe uche ebere arabere Igbo bere onwe ihe imenwu kwa estel fada agwa gị kụbakwa aka ịtọkwa ebe ya na-akwa ka a na-agwa ụnụ ka abacha na-agwa ụnụ nweghị ihe imenwu onweghị ha nwa menwu a nakata egburu fada isi ha irisie blak kpagharịa rituru mgbe ibi nọ mgbe eji bido igbu fada ka ha ji wee bido na-akpagharị na-eme protest oge mbụ wezie gị n'ozi ọma na ọ ga-adịcha mma gịnị gwa gị na ọ ga-adị mma onye ifuru ka ọ na-anwụ anwụ isi ya na ọ ga-adị mma kemgbe ọ ga-adị mma tell people na-enwere ọgụ na ọgụ na-akwado ịda n'obodo ọgụ na-ada n'obodo gwa ndị mmadụ ha sevu ihe ha ga-eji wee gaa lụ ọgụ onye nwere ego were kashi gị tii n'akpa na-esevukwu kachi na be gị ọ na-abụ ọgụ ada ị na-enye ndị agha onye agha nwude gị nye ego ọ ga-avali ugodi ego ahụ inyere for the moment ọ gwa gị na-awa were ego a na-azụgodi onwe gị gbaa ị na-edere asụ ego a dị ijekwa na bankị ahụ ị na-amakwa na ịkpatụkwa aka matụkwa ị na-esevukwa ego biko na bankị ga-efelu onye ọbụla mgbe ahụ maka na ọgụ anyị adada kịta eklozo bankị agụ ewe ebe agụ ewe pịawa agha azụ so ndị ụka ka nna-achị gwa nka gbanị ndị mmadụ na ọgụ na-ada unu ekuzini ihe ọzọ na-agwa ha na ọgụ na-ada ọ maka ihe na nwudebeghị n'aka ka iji ekweta na ọ na-eme a na-enwute ndị mmadụ n'aka ọgụ na-ada ọgụ na-ada and ọgụ a ga-ada ihe edere na baịbụl emere ụnụ kunu mata na ọ ya ada mana onwe onye chọrọ ịnụ ya kịta maka ọ dịghị ka na-azụta ego n'ime ahịa ọgụ na-ada tell people na-akwado ịlụ ọgụ ịgwaza ihe ị na-ezi ya from January to December ofu ihe na-agwa ha ka ị na-agwa ha chenjere ha topic gwa na ha na ọgụ na-ada anaghị agụ some part na baịbụl ka ha wee kweta na ọgụ na-ada ịga na Revelation ọgụ a na-ada na edere ya na ọ ga-ada mana ị naghị like ịgụ Revelation ọfụ ma ịgụ Revelation ihe ebe ya agụ ebe dị gị important ebe ndị ụka ya nụ wee like ya gị enye onyinye Project Sunday enye nke ndị fa ndị Chelsea enye nke ndị Man U enye nke ndị General enyezie nke ndị a na-akpọ Jesus Zone ihe niile na-enyekọcha ya mgbe ọbụla ụnụ na-atọ na building ụnụ na-arụ nke ọrụ nke arụ a na-arụkasị ihe na-arụ ụnụ tozi na rebuild onwezi anaghị emezi ihe ọfụ o rebuild ihe nke arụrụ ochie arụgharịkwa ya nke arụgara ekpughepụ ya kụọ ya parapet arụkwa ọzọ ụmụ ogbenye a na-ata afụ onwebe ebe ụka rụbara ihe rụba ụlọ ụka rụrụ ọrụ si ogbenye soro tụọ ego arụcha ụlọ ụka nwe ogbenye agụọ ya akwụkwọ gwa m ụlọ ụka ahụ the most expensive church enwe and the most expensive school enwere bụ ndị ụka nwunye mana ndị ga-atụ ego ya bụ ụmụ ogbenye rụsị ya ndị ahụ unu na-eme ebiri ekpere Wednesday ka ha rabụ ndị ọkọtụ maka ndị ọkọtụ bụ ndị nwere n'ego n'anya unu ka ha rabụ ndị ọkọtụ Holy Ghost ụmụ ogbenye na-enyekwara gị aka jekwa nakwa ndị big man ga-enye ha aka faya anụbịa anụcha mgbe ejozi iji wee ụmụ akwụkwọ n'ụlọ akwụkwọ ejekwa kpọrọkwa ndị ụmụ ọkọtụ ahụ dịka isi chie ya ajekwa kpọrọkwa ha ga-agụkwa ya maka price ị ga-eti ya ndị ga-emetọgwu ya bụkwa ndị ọkọtụ ahụ ị na-akpọkwa ọkọtụ kịta biko ọdụrụ ọkara gị wee nwe ego bụrụ onye ọkọtụ na-ada fire ndị ọhelu fire ka ụnụ dagidere megide ọnụ nwụrụ ọkụ ala nwụrụ ọkụ elu nwụrụ ọkụ ala nwụrụ ọkụ fire oreru ka ọchanja bidoro ịgba ọkụ ụnụ ncha gbafucha onwe ezi ọnya fụrụ ọ fire unu tibere gbara ọchanja ọkụ kemgbe ahụ ụnụ agbala ọsọ na fire onye ọbụla n'ọrụ onwe ya ya bụ ụtọ ndị iwe na-enwe m nke ụnụ ebidogokwa iwe m iwe n'ikpeazụ gbanị ndị mmadụ eziokwu hapụ ịhụ na agba gbanị ndị mmadụ na ọgụ na-ada gbanị ndị mmadụ nsogbu anyị nwee iru kịta anụma ndị bụ ndị simen n'ime ọhịa ebe ị ga-agbaba ma alụba ọgụ ka ha jiri birigodi ebiridi ya den ebiri n'ime ọhịa kọnka ime ọhịa niile nne ga-agba n'ọsọ n'ugbo nna ga-agba n'ọsọ n'ugbo gbogote n'elu ala anyị na-ekwu okwu ha niile nọcha na jọnshọn niile esi abanye na bunu sil onwebi ihe ịfụrụ onwebi ihe ị chọrọ imepe anya ha niile nọcha na jọnshọn bunu ịnọkọta na azụbeghị bụ ka na kpamkpamkpamkpamkpamkpa n'ụdịrọ na polisi akpụkwụ n'azụ ụlọ gị ya na ọgụ ada kịta ka ebe ị ga-ezo kịta arụsị ihe dị n'obodo unu buru eburu so na unu buru ya n'aha Jizọs unu eburu ya n'aha Jizọs were sọziere anyị n'aha onye kwani Jizọs unu na-akpafu unu na-egwu eweyo unu kwuo nke unu ekwu.
You have heard this message is loaded even though it is with humor. This message is applicable to anything you are worshiping, whether you are a Christian, whether you are a traditionalist, whether you are a Jewish, whichever angle you are. You must begin to tell your people about the danger at hand. There is war going on in Biafra territory. People don't want to talk about it. Lives have been lost. The kind of video that is coming out from Biafra land is not a joke. This information, you cannot get it in the conventional media. You can't get it in the international media. We are only forcing ourselves and trying as much as we can to put this information forward so that you can be able to get it. Wherever you are, in your small community, in your churches, as a native doctor, or as an imam, any place you are in Biafran territory, tell your people there is war going on so that they can prepare themselves and get ready for what is coming. We don't want anybody to be taken unaware. War is already going on. Everybody in Biafran territory must prepare. Nigerian government is waging war against the Biafran people, and they are recruiting non-state actors. Asare Dokuba and boys are in action, taking innocent life. We have seen them on video. They confess to their crime and they are bold about it. We must protect ourselves and defend ourselves. wherever you are as a Biafran. If you have any mechanism to protect yourself for the meantime, do it while the government of Biafra is doing their own. The United States of Biafra government is already putting in place things that need to be put in place. The Liberation Army of Biafra in the 40 states as constructed are doing their part. In any of those 40 states of Biafra, every state have its own military that is going to protect it. And the plan is ongoing. I bet you a lot is going to happen very, very soon. The government is so busy organizing things and making things right. But meanwhile, as you are as a Biafran, wherever you are, do not lose your guard. Do not lose your guard. Do not lose your guard. Be security conscious at all times. Be security conscious at all times. Look around your environment. Mind where you go, when you go, and how you go. Very, very important. We are going to defeat this enemy, but we need your support. Your support is needed by the Biafran government. As long as you do your part, I bet you we will never give up and will never hands up. Because the whole world is going to hear us. Everybody knows what is going on in Biafra land, even while some are pretending not to know. Everybody knows, and we will never give up. What they are doing today is to beat us down and make sure we give up and stop talking about our freedom. But we will never, ever give up. No matter what happens, we'll never give up. I want us to listen to this very program I came across. Let us hear the opinion of this guy on this program.
Estimation, in your assessment, do you think that the Southeasterner is better in Nigeria or outside Nigeria? I want you to give us a holistic overview of whether Nigeria serves as a living space for the average Southeasterner, or is there some form of, should they live, should they exist?
Okay, Mr. Chukwu, thank you again for having me and this panel. Let me say this, and I totally agree with what Sho has said. If you don't want them, let them go. I'll answer that for you as one very northern politician who used to be a retired army officer said. Do you allow a conquered people to? The East is the slaves, so they will continue to be. You don't allow slaves to go. And he said that in national TV, and nobody arrested him. Nobody said anything to him. He said that the East, as far as they are concerned, is not a place where we're going to continuously be there, because if the East go, who will be helping them, serving them, and doing all that? So the East have been long considered by those powers that be as a conquered territory. The problem that we're having now is because those who the people who do not know Pharaoh is in the other way. In the Bible, it's the other way around. The Pharaoh who do not know Joseph, but now they in the East. Then those of us who didn't fight the war, those of us who didn't know what the war was all about, have become men today, and we see the injustice and the lopsidedness, and we are now rising to say, you guys are not speaking. Who, just like Sho have said, the governors of the East, those who have made millions from selling out the Igbos, who have made their empires built on collaborating to make sure that the East does not develop. They are the ones the people now, like Nnamdi Kanu, rose up against, because he sees the lopsidedness. People keep saying, we don't know what do the Igbos want. Nnamdi Kanu had a meeting with the governors of the East. And when they offered him positions, he said, no, I don't want your positions. I want you people to do this. Give us a standard railway. Give us a seaport. Give us some good road. Give us federal establishments in the East. And that's what we are looking for. I'm not looking for a position. They left and said, okay, we'll get back to you. And of course, we know what happened after that.
Okay, so okay, KJ, permit me to button at this time. My question actually is this. Do you think that the interests, the fortunes of an Igbo man will improve in a restructured Nigeria or in a sovereign state called Biafra?
Yes. I say yes to all your questions. Answer all your questions. Look, let me tell you, the Igbo man doesn't see Nigeria as his, world. No, we see the world as our bear to take. We are not limited by the space in Nigeria.
This is what I have said before in my program, and this is the exact truth. When they come, they will only tell you that the Igbo man need a larger space. And they regard Nigeria as a larger space. Nigeria is not the larger space that we need. Nigeria is not the larger space we need. What we need is the world entirely. The space we need is the world. Allow us to move out to the world, explore the world, invent in the world, and do what we have to do. When you are trying to limit us in Nigeria, you are caging us. I love this thing that this man has just said. I have said it several times on my program. You know, those politicians in Nigeria, those criminals, they will come and tell you, oh, you don't go to Biafra. When you take Biafra, it will make you spoil. That the Igbos, they need the larger space. The Igbos need a larger space. And when they are talking about larger space, they begin to refer the larger space as Nigeria. Nigeria is never a larger space for us. Nigeria is not. Nigeria is the smallest space on the planet Earth for us to be. Nigeria is the smallest space a Nigerian can be, a Biafran can be. When you are talking about larger space, refer to the world. And that is exactly what this man is doing. And that is the right thing to say. I'm glad he's doing that line of thought. I want us to listen to him once again and hear what he just said.
Interests, the fortunes of an Igbo man will improve in a restructured Nigeria or in a sovereign state called Biafra?
Yes. I say yes to all your questions. Answer to all your questions. Look, let me tell you, the Igbo man doesn't see Nigeria as his, world. No, we see the world as our there to take.
Exactly.
We are not limited by the space in Nigeria.
Exactly. We see the world as our space, not Nigeria. Limiting us to Nigeria is a crime against humanity. We are not the people you can limit. But when they talk, they try to limit us to Nigeria. They talk about Nigeria. Oh, Igbo man can explain Nigeria. You cannot go. Limiting us to Nigeria is a crime against humanity. We see the world as a space for us. And that is why we want to have our own nation where we can be able to reach out to the world at our own speed, in our own space, the way we want. Today, Nigerian government is stopping us from reaching out to the world. They are stopping us from exploring. They are stopping us from expanding. That is why we have to get out for us to have a place where we can be able to explore the world openly without any hindrance.
By the circumference of the earth itself, because that's why you go to every part of the world, you see an Igbo man. We don't have a confined mindset of where we can exist or not exist, and that's why the Igbo man can go to South Pole and be comfortable there and do his business because he's open-minded. He's not restricted by the people or culture or tradition. As long as you give him a space, a level playing ground, he will play very well. And he's a team player. He's not coming to dominate you or what. No, he's concerned about himself and his family and what he's doing. Now, the reason why I say yes to all your questions is because the limitation that the Igbo man faces in Nigeria is great. It's so great, and it also hampers the development of the Southeast. There are certain things and there's certain mileage the Southeast will have achieved if it was allowed to operate at the level they wanted. And if you have any doubt, you go back to when Nigeria was regional, by regions. You see that the Southeast was the fastest growing. Even around the world, it was mentioned that Okpara's government was one of the best. And things moved. That was when Malaysia came to Nigeria to pick up the palm fruits. So what are we saying here? We're saying that at that level, every region was putting their best out, their best foot forward. But now we're relying on the fact that there's always going to be federal, allocation to be shared. And we are continuously and constantly pressing down on the Southeast. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Chukuma. Why is the seaport in Calabar not working? Why is the seaport in Ekpa not working? Why is the seaport in Oni and Port Harcourt not working? Why is the seaport in Warri not working? If those things work, the Igbo man probably will not bring his crates and imports to Lagos and wait for months and months to be cleared. They will use those ports to get in their goods and be able to sell. Why is it that there's no standard gauge in the Southeast? Because if there was standard gauge, the Igbo man will probably use the railway like they used to do in the 80s and the 70s to move their goods and move their services. So these things are hampering. Why is there no gas pipeline in the Southeast? Why? You see, and again, look, if you fly into Nigeria, you must either land in Lagos, you land in Abuja, or you land in Kanu.
You can also land in Enugu.
But it will cost you more.
Okay.
It will cost you more than you would have even landed in Lagos and taken a local flight.
You can also land. You can also land in Port Harcourt.
You can land in Port Harcourt, but it will cost you 3 times what it will cost you to land in Abuja or Lagos. Okay. Will you want to do that? So you rather land in Abuja and take a local flight to your community. Okay. So what am I simply saying? Is you see, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. So the tunes have been dictated to the Igbos for so long. The younger people don't understand it. Now, I am so glad that the Igbos have risen up to be talking back. And that's why I celebrate that the woman group, I think led by Madam Pin or I can't remember her right name now. And they are speaking out. And they have decided to speak out for their children. Since the men in Igbo land have failed to do that, the so-called leaders and governors and all the professors have failed to be able to stand up and speak. Just like Paul. It's not shameful that it's Afenifere that is rising up to speak on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. It's not shameful to those who call themselves leaders of the East. What have they been able to do? Afenifere is the one demanding that Nnamdi Kanu should be released on, because this thing has come to a point nobody can understand.
Okay. Then.
But we are here sitting. Okay. Now, why did they make it an IPOB, a terrorist organization? By the way, I'm happy to say that in the whole wide world, it's only Nigeria that calls IPOB a terrorist organization. So it doesn't really mean anything because out there people know that they are not terrorist organization.
Okay.
Now, why they call them terrorist organization? It will give them the opportunity to move more arms and ammunition into already the East to deal with them decisively. Because right now they are dealing with a terrorist group, a people who are very dangerous to the existence of Nigeria. Have they not been doing this before? They've been doing it. They are the ones who brought in all the players, the major players.
You have just listened to this very message. It is really heartbreaking when you see the situation the Biafra land is. Many people are aware of these issues, but when it comes to solution, it is only the United States of Biafra that is the front line of making sure that a solution is being reached. And we are going to pursue the solution consistently without looking back. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter whether you support us or you don't support us. It doesn't matter what you think or how you feel. The solution remains disintegration of the zoo until everyone stands on their own, be able to explore, grow at their own space, in their own speed. You are welcome, my brother Greg. Thank you so much for joining. Greg, are you there? Go ahead and speak to us, my brother Greg.
Thank you, Choose. Good morning and happy new week.
You're welcome.
Yes, my brother. It's terrible what is happening in our place. I don't know where to start, but I must start first from the things at hand. What is happening in the East, the moment. Because throughout yesterday night, I found it very hard to sleep. For me, it was too hard for me to lie down and sleep, honestly. Nothing, every side of life about the Igbos, about the struggle. I thought I was thinking and I could not hold anything. Because I cannot understand how a so-called governors in the East will employ people to come home and kill their citizens. I watched this young man with bike where those criminals lie bullets on the ground and they stopped him. A man you stopped without gun, a man you stopped without no knife, a man you stopped naked. He was not even wearing shirt, he was wearing shorts and rolling his bike, and he stopped him and started flogging him, beating him to the extent of he became unconscious. After beating him to that level, the end of the day, he shot him. So I don't know how the governors in the East, I don't know how the senators in the East, I don't know how the commissioners I don't know how the month will end and they will see money and the salary that came from Nigerian government and from the state government in their account, and they will use that money to feed their children and their relations. I don't know how a governor will sit, a commissioner, a minister, a senator will watch this video on how these people are killing people in the East, and they will keep quiet and they will continue. In any war convention where you get a man with a gun in army uniform and they captured him, just like how many times the Biafra army have got Nigerian armies and they release them and they go. And somebody met a civilian, not with gun, not with a bullet, not with a machete, a man that was only with a shot, almost half naked, rolling his bike, and you beat him to unconscious, and at the end of the day, you shot him dead. And somebody sitting in any government house will watch this thing and he'll keep quiet. There is no way to comprehend such act. I'm telling you, I was asking myself, does it mean there is no more? Does it mean that God doesn't exist in Igbo land again? It is not only one place. In almost every part of Igbo, the same system. In every part of it, the same system. They will kill without any remorse and they will go free. I can't understand. And I don't understand how our people who said, wake up one morning, how somebody wake up one morning and they join this freedom movement. And he will go to bed and he sleep. And he will just fold his hands. And he will look at somebody and he will start talking about Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, and he will not be asking himself questions. Some people started blaming somebody who did them nothing. I was asking myself, does it mean after the invitation of our PM Simon Ekpa, the armies of Biafra who was defending the land, how could it be that all the men and all the equipments died? What happened? So does it mean there was a conspiracy before the invitation? Because you cannot tell me that they invited Simon Ekpa for under 1 week and the men surrendered. Instead, they were coming up and talking who's supposed to be on this, who's supposed to represent Simon and who's not supposed to represent Simon. And they all abandoned what they had been doing and what they promised Simon that they would do. Now, it's supposed to be Ngozi Orebeze, it's supposed to be Ogenkere, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that. That is the only thing they're coming to tell the people. Where are the guns that people contributed money and bought and gave to you to defend the land? The whole money that was contributed before the Biafra declaration, throughout that 2 months' time, the PM was busy making sure that he raised enough money. Where are those money? The people that went to Finland, in every place, like let me use this place in Germany here, everybody, whether people that went to Finland and people that not went, minimum people contribute was 300 euro. Because you must pay for the seat, even whether if you are going or if you are not going. And the people contributed, people who contributed, there were people who were, I'm talking about the list. And there are people who were donating more than thousands and thousands. So when you calculate about more than 500 people that went, let's use the 500 of something people that went to Finland. When you calculate about 300 euros each, what will he give to you? And the PM was visiting every town and every city before this time. Where went that money? Where is that money? If let's assume that the men on the ground say, no, we have no money to feed. Where are that money they were contributing all this time within that period? So why must this thing come to this level? And the men on the ground are trying to claim that there is nothing like betrayal. They did not betray Simon Ekpa. That it was Ngozi Rebeze. How can it be that Ngozi Rebeze? How could that be that Ngozi Rebeze? How could that be? How can you be calling an innocent woman names because you want to hold a blame? You want to shift the evil that was conspired against the man who trusted you people to a particular woman that did you nothing. So I cannot understand it. I cannot understand the people that sit up one day and say,
alright guys, thank you very much for staying throughout the video. What's your take on this? Please let's hear from you. Kindly drop a comment below the comment section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Please share this video, let it go viral. Let everyone understand what is happening today. Thank you and bye.